Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I got this super cute, fresh, flawless skin and this really bright pink lip. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with skincare first. I'm going to do the Farsali Unicorn Serum on my skin first, just to kind of moisturize it, get some like hydration going on and everything. And then from there, I'm going to go in with some primer. For primer today, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer, and this has a really nice watermelon scent. I love this primer so much. It kind of gives like the skin a bit of a tacky feeling, so you just know that the foundation is just gonna stick to it really well and last all day long. And then for foundation, I'm going to be using the Beauty Bakerie Insta Bake Foundation. You guys know I've been loving this one. I'm going to be using a mixture of two shades. I've got 317W and 319N. And I'm just going to go ahead and buff that into the skin using a brush. And then after, I'm going to use a sponge to go over it to get that really smooth, flawless finish. And I do have a coupon code for Beauty Bakerie. Make sure to use TiffanyJ10 to get a few dollars off of your purchase. It is an affiliate code as well, so if you don't feel like using it, don't worry about it. You can just go through your checkout routine as normal. I'm then going to move on to concealer. I'm using the JCat Beauty Stay Surance concealers, and I'm using a mixture of two shades. I think one of them is Cappucino, and I don't remember the other shade, but I'll make sure to put it down below in the description box. And I'm going to blend that as well using a brush, and again, just go over everything using that same sponge to get that really smooth finish. Then for powder, I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just going to set all the areas that I added concealer so that way everything is nice and smooth and the makeup isn't moving around. Then to set the rest of my face, I'm going to use the JCat Aqua Surance powder, and I'm going to be using a mixture of two shades for this as well, and I'm just going to buff that into the skin using a large powder brush. I'm not using a whole lot of powder. I just really want to make sure that that foundation is set so it's nice and matte and everything like that, because I definitely prefer a more matte finish for my skin. So I'm just going to buff that all over. Then to kind of brighten the under eyes a little bit more, I'm going to use the MAC Mineralized Skinfinish powder. This one I believe is in medium golden, and I'm going to add that to the under eyes too, just to kind of give it a little bit of extra brightness. Nothing too serious though. I'm only using a little bit of this product. Then to bronze, I'm going to go in with the Morphe Glamabronze bronzer in the shade Phenom. I love this bronzer. It just has like the perfect undertone to it. I ended up using a little bit too much on the cheekbones, so if you do that, just go over it using your powder brush and that'll kind of tone it down a little bit. But I'm just going to go ahead and warm up the forehead, cheekbones, a little on the nose, just the usual places that I bronze. And then for blush, I'm going to go in with the Beauty Bakerie Scoops Élysées palette. I'm using a mixture of the pink and orange shade, and I'm just going to dust that all over the cheeks. I've been really loving blush lately, so I'm going to go pretty heavy with it. It does end up like going away first after a while, so it's okay if you go a little bit heavier with your blush. I'm then going to move on to brows. As usual, I'm going to use my Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade in the shade Ebony, and I'm going to do a pretty like sculpted brow today. So I'm going to create a line at the top and bottom and then just fill everything in using little light strokes to create like faux brow hairs. Then to set those brow hairs in place, I'm going to use a little bit of Anastasia's Dipbrow Gel in the shade Dark Brown. Going back in with my Laura Mercier powder, I'm going to bake the eyelid and the lower lash line because I do have little lines there, so they tend to crease after a while. So just to kind of make sure that doesn't happen, I'm going to bake underneath those areas while I'm highlighting. And to highlight, I'm going to use a MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in the shade Oh Darling. And I'm going to pop that highlighter onto the areas that I really want to glow. So the cheekbones, a little on the nose, Cupid's bow, and I added just a small amount on the chin. I really wanted the eyes to stay nice and open, so I'm going to also go in with a nude liner from L'Oreal and pop that onto the waterline. And then before I go in with lashes and mascara, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Primer just on my lower lashes. For today's mascara, I'm going in with Lancome's Monsieur Big Mascara. This is definitely one of my favorites. I'm just going to coat my top and bottom lashes. Just make sure you coat your bottom lashes once your lash primer is all the way dry. So once I see that the primer is clear, then I'm going to go ahead and add some mascara to my lower lashes after. And for today's lashes, I'm going in with some crystal lashes. These are in the style Daredevil. So now that the eyes are all done, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the lips. I'm going to start lining them using a MAC lip pencil. This one is in the shade Nightmoth, and I'm going to go pretty heavy with this liner. So I'm definitely going to be overlining, and I'm also going to make sure to fill in the outer corners of my lips so that way the liner blends in a lot easier into the liquid lipstick that I'm going to use. Then to fill in the lips, I'm going to use 2 liquid lipsticks from Melt Cosmetics, and I'm using shades Fiesta and Superheat. I'm going to go in with the darker of the 2 colors first and blend that in first just to really make sure it's nice and like well blended into the liner. And then using the brighter, lighter pink, I'm going to use that on the center of the lips. Then to finish off this look, I'm going to use Beauty Bakerie setting spray, and I'm just going to spritz that all over and make sure to dry it down using my fan. And that is pretty much the finished look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial, something short and sweet for you guys. If you really like the look, don't forget to let me know down below in the comments and give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.